Hey guys, I wanted to make a video just coming out of the theater from Captain America Brave New World, but it turns out my phone doesn't have the storage to record a video anymore, so that's one more thing I have to fix. Whatever, it's a good thing I'm in a decent mood otherwise on account of having enjoyed this movie. I liked it. I hesitate to say that I liked it a lot, and it's a movie where I look at it and completely understand why someone would dislike it, but I'd be happy to watch it again. I'd say it's about a B- by Marvel Studios standards. In a lot of ways, this movie is a sequel to 2008's Incredible Hulk, and I'd say it's on par with that movie. It's certainly the weakest of the Captain America films, brought down beneath the first Avenger by one big element that I'll get to in a minute, but the two big things it has working in its favor are Anthony Mackie and Harrison Ford. The two of them are spectacular, they carry the whole movie, and I like how they both end up feeling like the protagonist for much of it. It does kind of take me out of the movie when I have to actively remind myself that Harrison Ford is playing the same character as the late William Hurt, just because they're such different and different looking performers. Ford does an absolutely excellent job, but I can't help but think that these questions central to the movie of whether or not Ross can truly change would land that much harder if Hurt were still with us and still in this role. Although, I realize as I say that it might just be the mustache, since I weirdly don't have this problem drawing the line between William Hurt and Sam Elliott. I will say, in terms of Ross's character and this movie's political commentary, I do like where it landed in the end. Although you can definitely feel how the movie's iffy and lengthy production cycle leads to a story that feels like it's caught between trying to comment on either the Biden or Trump presidencies. Living in a country where the president is so vocally and ardently a fan of Israel, it feels pointless to be bitter about the inclusion of Shira Haas and her character, but I couldn't help but be kinda disquieted whenever she was on screen, and yeah, independent of all that, she's also giving easily the movie's worst performance. Carl Lumbly is great though, and I like how much the story revolves around him. Danny Ramirez also makes a much more impactful impression here than in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Tim Blake Nelson and Giancarlo Esposito feel underserved, but they do their best with what they have. The movie's second biggest issue is some pretty stilted expository dialogue. It's definitely some of the MCU's most stilted writing as far as just people saying things for the audience's benefit. It's also got one of the worst post-credit scenes. But the first biggest issue with the film is the action, which suffers from really obvious-looking choreography and distracting editing. When Sam is in the air, it gets a lot better, but it's the poor, stagey-feeling fights that really bring this down for me. Honestly though, bottom line is, this movie's like a regular, enjoyable enough, middle-of-the-road action espionage thing for most of it, carried by two seriously good lead performances. Also, this isn't the movie's fault, but I would not have put Red Hulk in the marketing.